What's going on, YouTube? Back for another episode here, and as you guys saw, I checked out Fit for Less today in Surrey, British Columbia, and I'm making this comparison towards Planet Fitness and also reviewing this gym a bit. Not one of my typical gyms that I give a high rating to, but we're going to get right into it here. So I'm going to show you the workout, then I'm going to get into the facts a little later. So I started with this seated lateral raise on these machines they have here, and I believe they're all Nautilus machines actually. They're not bad for what they look like. They're better than they look. So I started out with these seated lateral raises. Then I moved on to these one-arm side raises with a plate while holding on to the bar. And I like isolating one arm. And the dumbbell area was really crowded at this time. And I'll show you guys a little later. The dumbbell area was not very big, so I couldn't really get in there. So I improvised and went right with a 25-pound plate, and that was great. Right after that, I moved on to Smith machine shoulder presses because, once again, like Planet Fitness, no power racks, no squat racks, whatever, however you want to call them, just two Smith machines, and I was quite disappointed with this again. Yeah, so I'm not happy when places don't have squat racks like this. I have nothing against Smith machines. They're great to use as a secondary piece of equipment in place of a squat rack, but not really doing it here. So, but I did get a great workout here. Did get this was a great exercise doing these shoulder presses, and I was hitting high reps here, so I hit 20 reps on I was hitting 20 reps on pretty much all my exercises here today. Then I moved on and grabbed a pair of dumbbells and did rear lateral raises. So this was obviously to target my rear delts, and I grabbed a pair of 25-pound dumbbells here, and as you guys can see in the background here, this little dumbbell area is kind of all they had, so not much room there at all. So as soon as I was done with those, I grabbed a pair of 25-pound plates, and I moved on to these rows with my elbows out targeting the rear delts. This was a great superset, and I really felt it in my rear delts. And you guys got a glimpse of the Lunk Alarm in the back there, which I'll get into in a little bit here. So as soon as I was done that exercise, I moved on to this seated row machine, and once again, as you guys can see, I went with an overhand grip here, stuck my elbows out, and I really felt this in my rear delts. So this is primarily a back machine. Obviously it's a back machine. You hit a lot of your middle back rhomboids, but with a grip like this, I found that it's an excellent way to isolate the rear delts. So as you guys can see in the back here, the locker room, the change room, all this sort of stuff, it is very reminiscent of Planet Fitness style kind of gym. But as I'll get into later, it is quite a bit better. Then after I did that, I moved on to these one-arm tricep press, and I did this with my back against the side of a bench just to get some support, and then I grabbed one dumbbell and pressed it up and down, and I found this was a great way to isolate that one tricep. And then last but not least here, I finished out with this Tricep Extension, and I'm not sure exactly what this machine's called, what the proper term is, but I just call it Tricep Extension. So I've used this machine before, but I don't use it very often. So like I said, even when I'm going to gyms, I don't really appreciate that much. I like trying out equipment that I haven't tried before. So as you guys can see here, the no judgment sign in the back, much like Planet Fitness has, this whole idea of this gym is to not judge anybody, kind of not lift too heavy, don't drop stuff too much, and it's not as bad as Planet Fitness, but it goes along the same line. So I have a prior video on Good Life Fitness, and it went over the history of Fit for Less a little bit, but Fit for Less was started in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada in 2011. So, and then the no judgment, as you guys can see there, they're looking for kind of a safe place for people to hang out and get a workout in without feeling intimidated, much like Planet Fitness idea, but it is not as bad. They do not sound Lunk Alarm as much, and the staff is way more chill. Nobody was on my case about anything, and as you guys can see here, I brought up the price. Much like Planet Fitness, there's a $10.99 option with a couple more tanning massage chair options, and then there's the $4.99, which is the basic one club. So very cheap, and they're hoping that people sign up and not a lot of people show up, just like a lot of these gyms' ideas are. And as you guys can see here, here's a good view of the gym. Lots of cardio, not much weights. The massage chairs, which you can get if you get the premium membership. Then the dumbbells went up to 75, which is actually not bad. It was higher than I expected, so that's not too bad. And also, I forgot to mention that it is open 24 hours as well. And then, which else is pretty cool here, is they have a virtual fitness cycling machine. So you do your cycling, and then you can see yourself like a video game up there. And then here's the Lunk Alarm. So as you guys can see here, a little bit different than the Planet Fitness one, but I personally never heard it. I tried to set it off by dropping stuff, but it was hard to get off. And the staff is just not on your case as much, which I really appreciate. So if you guys are in Canada, I know they do not have this in the United States, but if you are in Canada, because it's associated with Good Life Fitness, which is a Canadian company, obviously, this is a better option than Planet Fitness because you can do a little bit more, you can progress a little bit. Like I said, not the best gym once again, but it is better than the alternative. So I'm really anxious to see how this video takes because the Planet Fitness video blew up. It's still going, and there's still lots of comments, lots of feedback. So if you guys like the video, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.